Great Day Houston Plus, sponsored by Total Wealth Academy. For over 100 years, 9 out of 10 millionaires used real estate to build their fortunes. Even billionaire Andrew Carnegie said that most wealth comes from owning property. So why aren't more people cashing in on this proven strategy? That's because most of us don't know how. Steve Davis from Total Wealth Academy shares the strategy, where to find the money to invest, and then start receiving passive income. Hello there.
Hello.
All right. So here's the question. When you talk about 9 out of 10 millionaires and billionaires, why aren't more people investing?
A lot of it has to do with fear. One of the biggest fears is that they just don't, it's too complex, it's hard to understand and things like that. People don't feel like they're bright enough or intelligent enough, and that's just not true.
Yeah.
The basics of real estate investing are very easy to understand. It's just not taught in school or college, so nobody's exposed to it, and they just throw their money in the stock market.
Yeah, and when it comes to real estate, my fear would be like, okay, am I getting a call in the middle of the night that the toilet's overflowing? Am I a landlord? Or we see all these shows on flipping where there's a big risk that they go into it with, and oftentimes they're stuck with that risk.
Yeah, there's ways to avoid that, and it's a thing called passive investing. Passive investing is where you put your money into real estate, but somebody else is managing the real estate. That's all I do. I'm just a passive investor. And I give my money to people I know can run the property, they can handle the property, they take the phone calls, they deal with the tenants, the toilets, the taxes. I do nothing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like strength in numbers, because like you're not going to go out and buy a whole apartment complex by yourself if you can.
Yeah,
good for
if
you.
you can,
But
that'd
yeah,
be nice.
but it's kind of like you're all in the project together, and so you get your part of that investment. You mentioned earlier that some people, because they don't know what to do, will just kind of leave it in the stock market. Others will just say, well, I'm just going to work real hard and sock away some savings and put it in my 401ks. But as you know, jobs can come and go.
Yeah, that method doesn't work. Sadly, 95% of Americans have difficulty retiring by age 65 using that model. The people who are succeeding, the 5% who succeed, what they've got is a second stream of income. A side hustle is the popular term right now. And that side hustle for 9 out of 10 of those millionaires is real estate.
All right, so where do I get them, because I'm not a millionaire, right? Where do I get the money to invest in? A lot of people don't realize they already kind of have it.
That's right. People can use their IRAs, their 401ks, any retirement account to invest in real estate instead of leaving it in the stock market, and there's no tax or penalty to do that.
Yeah, all right, when we talk about real estate, it's not just like, single family homes, it's all kinds of real estate. Right,
we buy big apartments, self-storage complexes, senior living complexes, strip shopping centers. If it produces cash flow and it's real estate backed, we're investing in it.
Yeah, and it produces cash flow in up and down markets. All right, Juan, speaking to that, says, I've heard that real estate can be very risky. Is it as risky as the stock market?
Well, the first thing you got to remember is everything is risky. But real estate is less risky than the stock market on many different levels. It's less volatile. You can anticipate changes in the market more easily and adjust your strategy to it. If you think about it, they'll loan you up to 100% of a piece of real estate, 100%. Go try and buy stocks and get 100% financing.
Yeah.
You're not going to get it because the banks know that the stock market is more risky than real estate.
All right, at Total Wealth Academy, you have these classes. What are we learning in those classes, and do we have to be proficient at understanding real estate when we go in the room?
You need to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide.
Okay, I can do that.
And that's about it. We take people from every level. Brand new investors who have never owned a piece of real estate before. And then sometimes people come to me, they already have 4,000 units, and I help them as well. So we help people at any level, and people need to not be afraid of it.
Yeah, all right. How much do we need to at least start to get in?
Well, the minimum to get started in passive investing is $25,000.
All right. Obviously, the more you put in, the more you get out.
That's
okay.
right.
If you'd like to meet Steve and his team and find out how to build a second stream of income, register for a free sample class at TotalWealthAcademy.com. Again, that is TotalWealthAcademy.com. And remember, Total Wealth Academy teaches people how to build wealth and get peace of mind while helping and serving others with real estate.